A high-flying, acrobatic dazzler, the 6'5" guard has the Bulls in contention for a playoff spot. Averaging over 27 points per game, Jordan has been wowing fans from coast to coast. Chicago's also getting spectacular play out of 6'9" Orlando Woolridge, a budding star. The Pistons started off last week with a pulse-pounding overtime win over the Bucks in Milwaukee. Bill Laimbeer was sensational with 32 points and 17 rebounds. But the next night at the Dome, the Pistons ran out of gas against the Nets when Isaiah's shot at the buzzer fell off the rim. They also fell 2 nights later on the road in Washington. But tonight, from Chicago and tradition-rich Chicago Stadium, it's the Pistons and Bulls in another battle for playoff position in the Central Division.
Are we on?
Not yet.
Good evening, everyone. This is George Blaha, and the man next to me on the hard court in Chicago, just fresh from the Legends game over All-Star Weekend in the NBA. The legendary number 21, David Bing. You played, Isaiah played, Bill Laimbeer played, and Michael Jordan did too. There's some controversy in here about how much Michael Jordan did and didn't get the basketball in the All-Star game, David, and whether Isaiah had anything to do with it. Will that affect the game tonight?
I really don't think so. What it could do is get Jordan up for the game a little more, but he's a pro. He's having a fantastic rookie year, and I don't think he needs to be psyched up. He's that kind of player.
What do you think of the big crowd on the All-Star Weekend in general?
Unbelievable. Too many people for basketball, to be very honest with you. I think I had pretty good seats, and I probably was a good 50 yards away from the court. But it was an exciting game, and it was a good one to watch.
Did you enjoy playing?
Afterwards, I didn't enjoy it, I don't think, because I got real sore. I only worked out about once before I got out there, and that was a mistake.
Well, some of these guys play basketball every day, no-run steel companies. But back to the season at hand and the game at hand, I think this one comes at a good time for the Pistons. They needed a few days off before coming in here against the Bulls. They looked tired before the break.
I'm sure they were. On top of that, there were a lot of small nagging injuries, and on top of that, Isaiah got a nagging injury in the game, but I've watched him doing warm-ups, and he seems to be pretty loose. Danny Roundfield is here, and that's a good sign, even though he's not going to play tonight.
Kelly Tripucka is still out. We hope Kelly's back very soon. The Bulls get Caldwell Jones back. Dave Corzine played well in his absence, but that beefs him up in the hole.
Caldwell is a great defensive player. How much he's going to be in effect tonight, I really don't know. But just to have a guy like that, 6'11", a great defensive player, I'm sure Kevin Locker is happy he's back.
Well, this crowd seems wired. So are we. We'll be back with the lineups and all the action from the Windy City in just a moment. With our national anthem here on the southwest side of Chicago, Chicago Stadium. And for a few years, quite a few in fact, they didn't draw much in here, but Dave Bing remembers the days when the Pistons and the Bulls did battle royal, and they do make some noise here, those that show. And when they get a big house, it's wild in here.
They've got something to cheer about this year. Last year, they were one of the low teams on the totem pole, but just the addition of one player, Michael Jordan, who's a superstar. First year, unbelievable turnout for him.
The Pistons, as we mentioned, without Kelly Tripucka, with Danny Roundfield on the bench in street clothes, but certainly not quite ready to play. Start Terry Tyler and Kent Benson up front. Bill Lambier, freshman all-star appearance, and saw him get 11 solid minutes for the Eastern Conference. In the middle, the league's second leading rebounder is, of course, 6'11" and 250 out of Notre Dame. The man from Romulus in the UAD, the shooter John Long with Isaiah in the backcourt, and Isaiah still gets a big hand in his hometown. He gets a big hand everywhere, but the folks especially like him here. Very, very close to his old neighborhood.
Yeah, I know Isaiah came straight here from the All-Star game. He wanted to have a chance to get some home cooking and also reacquaint himself with some of his old buddies, so I know he enjoyed that.
The NBA's Coach of the Month for January, Chuck Daly, coaching the Pistons against former Piston player Kevin Lockery and the Chicago Bulls. Orlando Woolridge, who was a teammate of Bill Lambier's and of Kelly Tripucka's at Notre Dame, and who's having a very nice year for the Bulls. Starts at 1 forward and 6'9" and 215 and a leaper. He is a very tough matchup. He'll be Terry Tyler's responsibility early on. And Steve Johnson's not going to start tonight. They're going to go with Sidney Green, who has been certainly an up and down player so far in the NBA. Sidney 6'9" and 210. Wes Matthews, who got a chance when Enos Watley was hurt, runs the offense, and Michael Jordan plays the off guard at 6'6" and 199. And do you remember last spring when the Pistons and the Knicks had that wild 5-game playoff battle? And what a hot ticket game 5 at the Joe Louis was. Well, the Pistons have a way to help you avoid that playoff ticket rush and also see 10 great games the rest of the season. If you purchase the Pistons 10-game playoff plan ticket package, you'll be guaranteed excellent seats for the playoffs when that exciting time rolls around. And the games in this 10-game package are sensational. Nothing short of it. The Celtics, the Bulls with Michael Jordan, Milwaukee, the Twin Towers at Houston. Don't miss this package. 10 great games the rest of the regular season and guarantee your playoff seats. And the best part is you can do it while you watch or listen. 338-4500 is the Pistons office number, and salespeople are on duty. And Michael Jordan and Isaiah just finished slapping hands. We'll see how cordial the rest of the game is between the two. It's the Pistons and the Bulls. Pistons 2 out of 3 so far in the series, and the Bulls get the tap. Michael Jordan gets airborne, gets it to Orlando Woolridge. He's up in the air, knocked away. Benson has it. Kent to John Long, working against Jordan on the baseline. Lost the dribble. Tapped away and picked up by Sidney Green. The running rebel off the
problem here.
And Woolridge dunks.
The big O, Orlando Woolridge. Good defense right there by Chicago. Jordan played John very well. Created a turnover. Resulted into a dunk.
One reason the Bulls are shooting over 50% from the floor on the season. A lot of throwdowns by Orlando and Michael. 8 on the shot clock as the Bulls knock it away from the Pistons, and Kent Benson will inbound it on the baseline. Kevin Lockery sets his team defensively. Chuck Daly with the other half of the chess match. Quick inbound to Lambier from the wing. It's a miss. Rebound John Long. Foul called Wally Rooney, and Paul Mahalik are the officials. Wally whistles John Long for the foul.
Wally was in a good position right there to see that. John pushed off, got caught. Turnover. Wes Matthews brings it in the forecourt.
Goes to Corzine. Played pretty well since Caldwell Jones has been hurt. He misses, and is a loose ball foul called against Wes Matthews as the Bulls try to get that second shot, and they don't.
Wes Matthews goes in there into the land of giants and creates a foul between Benson and Lambier.
2-0 Chicago. Minutes been played. Isaiah finds John Long on the baseline, guns and gets it. It's 2-2.
Even though Jordan may be psyched up and he's ready to play tonight, he's got his hands full in John also. He's not going to be able to just float around the court. He's got to play John because he's playing well.
Jordan nearly lost it top of the key. John puts a hand check on him as he goes baseline right, and it's knocked away with 9 on the shot clock. They're going to call the kick.
Yeah, they'll get a new 24 off of that too.
That resets the clock, as David says. Fresh 24 for the Bulls. Around the horn they go. Jordan, long run from the lane, short off the iron to Benson. Bill Lambier, you may have heard, called it out. Yours, and Kent has his second bound. 2-2 the score. Lambier, top of the key. Misfires off the heel to Wes Matthews. Up he comes. Nice bounce on the run to Corzine. Gets it back to Matthews from the top, nearly a triple. Fills it up. It's 4-2.
Well, Wes Matthews was scared to take that shot when he first came here early in the season, and he adds a new dimension to the offense, especially when he can hit that outside shot. It makes it easy for Jordan to flash in low, as well as Woolridge.
Benson goes to Lambier. He's not afraid to shoot, but he's 0 for 3 so far tonight. Woolridge knocks the miss to Jordan. 4-2 Chicago. Michael Jordan down the lane, double clutches in midair and drops it in.
Too easy. They've got to make sure they stop him before he gets that far down.
The Pistons get John Long, one of his layups. It's about 10 feet wide of the lane. He'll put it down at 6-4. Pistons caught the Bulls half napping. Chicago by 2, 9.5 to play in the first. Orlando Woolridge backing at the top. Tyler gets to the paint, hang glides and guns it down off the window.
Not an easy shot right there, George. Woolridge did a nice job. Terry played decent defense, but once again,
Isaiah and Matthews go to the paint. Matthews with a bump and a foul. Isaiah didn't get the shot down, but he'll go to the stripe.
Isaiah, nice little move. Dribble between the legs, change of direction. He caught Matthews off balance. Matthews was looking for some help. It wasn't there, so he had to push. Pushed off. Isaiah going to the line for 2. He makes the first one.
That'll make it 8-5. Isaiah with his first point. Give him another one. He earned it. The second one falls. It's 8-6. Chicago's lead. Bulls ball. 9:10 to play first quarter in Chicago. Wes Matthews working the right wing. Isaiah gives him room. He's back near the three-point line. Stops the dribble. Shot clock 12. Top of the key. Jordan misfires. It's off the heel. Rebound picked up by Benson. Lost by Lambier. Up to Terry Tyler. Back to Isaiah. Working Matthews. Pull up from the top of the key. Yes! 8-8.
Yes, he is okay.
Sure enough, looks it, huh?
Yes, he does.
8:42 to play first quarter. Score tied in Chicago. Bulls ball. Corzine, the big fellow, working the top on Lambier. Back for the wing to Matthews. Shot clock at 12. Lobs it mid-post to Sidney Green. Starting in place of Steve Johnson. And David Greenwood, for that matter. They go on top. Woolridge, right corner Matthews. No. Rebound Isaiah. Bump, but no foul called. They'll say Isaiah stepped out. Matthews nearly got his second foul.
That would have been his third. He's got 2 already, I believe, George.
I think that would have put them in a little bit of trouble. Green has it on the inbound. Sidney Green, right of the lane.
There's a steal. And
Chicago will get another. Jordan steps in front, steals, lays it in. Bulls by 4. Isaiah wants to get it back in a hurry. Foul line, Jay. Spins off, no. Rebound to Corzine.
Chuck Daly is standing up, pointing to his head, telling his guys to think.
They absolutely gave the Bulls one there. 12-8. Woolridge from the wing. Can stretch it to 6. Doesn't. Sidney Green lost the rebound. Terry Tyler to the floor for it. They'll jump it up.
Good hustling job right there by Tyler, but our big guys got to do a little better job on the offensive glass. They got to box off. Sidney Green, you don't hear a lot about, so, you know, you might not think too much of him, but he was an outstanding college player.
Great prospect when he came out of New York City and went west to Nevada, Las Vegas. Pistons win that tap, though. Terry Tyler can jump with you. Here comes Isaiah. He's on the right wing on Matthews. Going to John Long. Jordan with another steal. He'll drive. He'll dunk.
Kind of waited for Isaiah to tease him a little bit, because I don't think you can get up this high. That's going to force the Pistons into a timeout.
14-8 Chicago, and they got the Bulls fans on their feet as the Pistons. John Long, as usual, gets the first free throw down. He has 5, and he has 6. The shooter's touch gets the second one to go. It's 14-10. 7:15 to play first quarter. Chicago by 4 in Chicago. Michael Jordan with 2 steals and 2 bunnies for the Bulls. Caps to Corzine. On top, Matthews. He'll send it up from there. It's down from there.
Tell you what, that's the guy you want to shoot it. You want him to shoot it from out there, but when he's hitting them like that, it hurts.
16-10. Isaiah wanted to go into Terry Tyler. Knocked away and out of bounds. Terry touches it last. And now Chicago will take a full timeout, but they're up 6. 6:55 to play first quarter. Bulls 16, Pistons 10. This is the Pistons Basketball Network.
It takes more than yellow paper to make the yellow pages. It takes the
A special welcome tonight to the people watching and listening to Pistons basketball coast to coast in Canada on the Sports Network cable system. Tonight's game's brought to you in part by your local snapper dealer, including White Sales and Service on Sheldon Road in Canton. 16-10 Chicago, just under 7 minutes to play first quarter, and the Bulls have the basketball. Wes Matthews, the man from Wisconsin, against fellow Big Tenor Isaiah, swings it right of the lane. Corzine, turnaround gun, bad. Rebound Tyler. To Isaiah, way ahead. John Long should have a bunny on Green. He forced the miss, though. Sidney forced him to take an off-balance shot. Rebound Corzine to Matthews. Bounce to Sidney Green. Gets the dunk and probably deserves it.
Yeah, he did a good job defensively, and that's a 4-point turnaround. The two he prevented, the easy two he prevented from us, and the dunk at the other end.
18-10. Lambier from the wing trying to get his first. Does it. Benson taps the bound to Tyler. Close, Jay. Yes. 18-12.
Lamb shooting the ball just a little quick right now. He's got to probably get in about a step closer.
Bulls by 6. 6 to play in the first. Matthews, long gun again. Got it again.
Oh, he's shooting the lights out. Those are no short shots either, George.
3 for 3 from way out. 20-12 Chicago. The Pistons have turned it now 7 times to Chicago's none. Terry Tyler gets the offensive foul. Isaiah comes out, and Vinnie Johnson will replace him. Chuck Daly trying to work some magic off the bench.
I think he wants Vinnie to put that big body on Matthews a little bit. Wes has hit 3 outside bombs, and he's handling the break very well.
Bulls go to Jordan. Spins around Long. Reverses. Hits it, but it won't count. He stepped out, says Wally Rooney.
Turnover against the Bulls, and the Pistons right now, they've got 4 turnovers, and I think the Bulls have scored on every turnover.
They got 3 since they handed you that list. It's 7-1 now. Terry Tyler misses baseline. Sidney Green rebound. To Matthews driving. Wes Matthews, what a great beginning. He lays another one in.
Quickness, all quickness right there. Guys ran the lanes well for him. Opened it up. He took it all the way in.
22-12. Chicago by 10. Rock set from John Long. Got it from Vinnie and got it down. Back of the foul line. 22-14.
Pistons got to slow that break down. Chicago's getting too many easy baskets.
4:55 to play first quarter. Pistons within 8. Sidney Green, surprise start. Baseline turnaround. Missed it over Benson. Scramble for the rebound. Loose ball foul called on Orlando Woolridge.
Big guys did a nice job of boxing out right then. Woolridge had nowhere to go but over the top. He did it. Got caught for the foul.
Bulls have 14 fouls. Pistons 1. 4:40 to play in the first. Chicago by 8. Terry Tyler trying to take care of the pass. Just did get it to Benson. Goes foul line. Now back to Terry, right of the paint. Jumper won't fall. Corzine pushed Lambier as they scramble for the rebound, and Billy yelped to make sure he got the call.
Bulls are over the limit right now, George. That's their 5th foul. The Pistons will be going to the line 1+. Billy Lambier.
And as we said, the Pistons have just 1 team foul. That could be a way for them to come back after a very sluggish start against a fired-up Chicago team. Lambier gets the first free throw to fall, gets his first point. He's missed in 4 tries from the floor.
You know, prior to the All-Star game, the Pistons were playing some of the best basketball I've seen them play in years. They really were tough.
Everyone they lost, the 3, I believe, in the last 17 games, or at the horn or an OT. Lambier got the second. Chicago by 6. Woolridge trying to go around. Tyler does. Gets doubled. Gets fouled. Gets the hoop. He'll go to the stripe.
Tough shot by Woolridge. Going to his left, using his left hand. As he faked Terry, gave him a little head and shoulder fake, and went strong to the left, laid it up off the glass with his left hand, Very, very nice move.
Replay.
Not a whole lot you can do with that. Give him credit.
John Long helping out, gets the foul, and Woolridge gets the free throw. Tony Campbell's in for Terry Tyler at that short by 1 small forward position. Vinnie Johnson baseline right for the leaner, gets it down. Good sign. Vinnie off to a good start. 25-18 the score.
That'll probably be the Pistons' strategy, is to try and let Vinnie take advantage of Matthews because of a size difference.
Michael Jordan on the wing on John Long. Little screen from Woolridge. Now Campbell's out on him. Woolridge will go to work on John. Too tall for him. Power move. Got it in close.
And Tony's going to have to front him. He can't allow him to get the ball down that low.
27-18. Chicago by 9. 3:40 to play first quarter. Vinnie Johnson fakes going behind a Benson screen. Leaves it on the wing for Lambier. Missed another. Rebound Corzine. Way up for Wes Matthews. To the hole on Billy. Major league foul, and he stopped the shot. Folks in Chicago don't like it.
Lambier made up his mind. I'm going to make sure that you don't get a layup right here. Billy went straight for the body. Matthews, little guy.
Got a little bit gun shy, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. I don't blame him with 250 coming at you.
Let me see if I can kind of roll into this and throw up a prayer. He missed it, but he doesn't miss the first free throw.
The Pistons got bad court balance. That's why Chicago is really breaking on them so much. They've got the guards down on the low post, and Lambier shooting out front. He's not hitting. The rebound is coming out far, and that's a fast break situation for the Bulls.
Wes Matthews finally misses. He splits the pair at the stripe. Chicago leads by 10, 28-18. Vinnie with it, right of the lane. Another leaner. Missed it. It popped out somehow to Corzine, way up to Wes Matthews. To the hole on Bird, leads for Woolridge. Two-hand jam.
Really, really outstanding play by Wes Matthews. Brought the defense to him and saw the big O flying through the air, gave it to him, and did he finish it?
30-18. 3:10 to play in the first. Vinnie to John Long. Got 3 behind the line. Fires, fills it. Michael Jordan let him alone.
Good thing John's here. I tell you, he's the only offense we've got so far tonight, George.
30-20. John brings the Pistons back to within 10. 2:54 to play first quarter. Jordan and Woolridge trying to pick and roll left. They'll loop it back to Orlando. In close, gets fouled, misses the shot. And the Pistons take time. A little bit shell-shocked here early on in Chicago. 2:48 to play in the first. That number. Excellent seats still available in all price ranges. Let's take 10 for an ID. This is the Pistons Basketball Network.
This is WKBD TV 50 Detroit.
They bing. The Pistons are now behind 31-20 as Woolridge splits the pair at the stripe. Curitin and Benson, along with Tony Campbell and Isaiah and Vinnie on the floor as the Pistons take it down, and Isaiah gets himself fouled.
Isaiah took the ball straight into Sidney Green. It was a tough situation for Isaiah. Just a little pump by bringing the ball back down forced Sidney Green to hit him on the elbow. Isaiah shooting 2, hits the first one. George, you know the Bulls are shooting the ball extremely well, and anytime you can get 5 or 6 dunks, your percentage should be good. They're 14 for 22. The Pistons are 7 for 17.
Isaiah gets them both, so the Pistons are within 9. Quentin Daly in the top 5 and off the bench scoring in the NBA. Joins Matthews in the backcourt. Michael Jordan's out for Chicago. Corzine, Woolridge, and Sidney Green up front. They go to Orlando in the paint on Tony Campbell. Knock away. Save sideline right by Sidney Green. Mid-post now it goes to Orlando. Now a whistle. And now we got a Piston foul. It's on Tony Campbell.
What Tony is allowing Orlando to do is to catch the ball down in the paint area. And if he allows Orlando at 6'9" and just a strong player to get it down in there, he's at his mercy.
2:19 now showing in the first quarter in Chicago. Bulls by 9, make it 10 as Woolridge scores on the first free throw. Corzine comes out. Joan Oldham comes on. We still haven't seen Caldwell Jones. He hasn't played since the 2nd of January. This is his first night in uniform since then. Broke a finger. Just off the injured list. Orlando strikes on the second, too. 33-22. Woolridge has 14 points in the quarter. Chicago by 11. Vinny goes to Isaiah, working on Quentin Daly from the wing. Nope, off the iron. Tony Campbell between 3 Bulls for the rebound. Double clutches and gets it down. Nice pump fake.
He deserved that. Came up off the floor, got the rebound. Good pump fake, as you said, George, and put it in.
Pistons within 9, 33-24. A minute and 53 to play in the first. Bulls go inside to Sidney Green. Nearly stolen. Now a bump and a foul called. Wally Rooney has a Piston foul to hand to Earl Curitan.
Isaiah did a nice job, but I tell you, Sidney Green wanted that basket. He went up strong, almost hit his head on the glass. Got it back, and it was fouled by Earl Curitan, shooting 1 plus the penalty, Sid Green.
This guy's only been in double figures in scoring 5 times, only played in 29 of 49, gets a chance to start tonight, making the most of it, gets the first free throw, 34-24. Has 5, and he's made his presence felt. He has 6, make it 35-24 as the second free throw falls. Wes Matthews bothering Vinny, but Vinny gets across the timeline. Vinny gets behind a Major Jones screen now. Hook it back to Major, down deep. Jump hook, yes, and he's fouled.
Good, tough shot. Good pick and roll by Vinny Johnson. Vinny and Major did a nice job. Vinny took it past the defense, and the guys didn't talk defensively, and that's why Major was open. Then Major made a good, strong play. Quentin Daly came from the weak side, fouled Major. Major's trying for the 3-point.
He got the free throw, too. Major on for Kent Benson. Pistons are within 8, 35-27. Bulls have been in control all the way. Minute and a half to play in the first. Joan Oldham, top of the key on Curitan. Mid-post to Woolridge, goes baseline, short on the jumper. Tap, yes, by Sidney Green.
Got to box him off. Sidney Green, 6'9", 225. As you say, he's made his presence felt, George.
37-27. Bulls by 10. And he taking Matthews to school. Baseline for the leaner. Yes. Soft jumper for Vinny. 37-29. He has 4. Missed just once. Matthews down the lane. Lost to control. Campbell to Vinny. Foul line leaner. Got it.
Good thing he made that one, because he had 2 guys open on each wing. Major was open and Earl Curitan was open.
I guess he could feel it. He's got the Pistons within 6, 37-31. 50 seconds to play in the quarter. Chicago not up as much as it should be. That's a good Pistons sign. Daly takes Vinny to the baseline. Triple pumps and finally throws it down.
Great jump shooter right there, Quentin Daly. Saw him play in high school down in Baltimore and followed him through college at San Francisco. He's a great offensive player.
39-31. Vinny and Major do the pick and roll. Major misses in close, and the Pistons can't handle the rebound.
I tell you, I think Chicago got a break right there, because I think Major got fouled. 29 seconds to go in the quarter. Matthews goes out. Jordan's back in, I believe.
They take Woolridge out and put Rod Higgins in. Bulls 39, Pistons 31. 24 seconds to play in the quarter. 17 in the shot clock as Jordan works out front against Isaiah. Here's the matchup. I bet Michael won it. Now we're down to 8 on the clock, 12 on the quarter clock. Starts to accelerate, spins at the foul line, into the paint, dishes off, Oldham jam.
Tell you what, broke the defense down just on outstanding individual talent. Michael Jordan.
5 seconds to play in the quarter. Vinny will send it up at the horn, off the iron. No rebound, snatched down by Green. And the Bulls now lead by 10 after 1. It is 41-31, and this is the Pistons Basketball Network. Start the second. Isaiah, Vinny, Tony Campbell, Major Jones, and Lambeer for the Pistons. Tony has it top of the key. Pump fake on Higgins, throws it up and in. Got a step inside the foul line. High percentage jumper for him, and he went up and in. Michael Jordan now, along with Joan Oldham, Quentin Daly, Sidney Green, and Higgins for Chicago. Sidney Green shuffles his feet trying to whirl inside for the Bulls. The Pistons are now within 8, and they can slice to 6.
Sidney Green playing with a lot of confidence. He played an outstanding first quarter, got his confidence, and thinks he can do anything now.
Benny Johnson screen for Major Jones. Wanted to go back to the Major. Couldn't. On top to Lambier. Let's see if he's got the shot back. Nope, missed it. Rebound tapped out by Benny. And Higgins guards the sideline and goes out of bounds.
What Lamb's got to do is try and get him an easy shot, George, to get him going.
Exactly. That wasn't an easy one. Bulls loop it inside to Oldham. Lambier doesn't let Jawan have an easy one. Knocks it away with 15 on the clock.
David Greenwood reports in.
Hasn't played in a while. Tendonitis in both Achilles, they say. He replaces Green. Bulls miss. Pistons board. 11 to play in the half. Pistons within 8. Vinny taking Daly baseline right. Did he fill that one up over him or what?
I'll tell you what, he shoots so well under pressure.
Come on up here. See if you can stop it. I got something for you. 41-35 the score. 10:42 to play in the half. Jordan on Isaiah. Jordan spins to the foul line. Lambier comes. There's a bump and a foul.
Vinny reached in.
Higgins looking to inbound. Does to Oldham. God let him shoot from there, but Lambier challenges him right of the lane. Back on the wing to Daly. Baseline over Lambier. Missed it. Rebound yanked down by Oldham. Jump hook, no. Whistle and a foul.
Good call right there. I think he's going to call it on Billy Lambier. Got him down low with the body. Knocked him off balance. Quentin Daly went baseline, threw up that little short 6-foot jumper. The ball bounded out far. Oldham got it, and Lambier kind of blocked him off with his legs down low. Knocked him off balance. Call for the foul. Oldham going to the line, shooting 2.
The first is a brick with 10.5 to play in the half. It's still 41-35. Missed the second one, too. Isaiah rebounds. Got in front of Jordan and Oldham. Got the long bound. Up he comes. Pistons going to the hoop to our right. Those of you on the radio side of the simulcast, Isaiah's on the right wing on Jordan.
Shot clock down to 8.
Now it's 6 as he sends it behind the foul line to Vinny. The leader goes.
Well, I tell you what, that second guard position is tough when they're on. Vinny and John are very, very tough to play.
Shows you how fast this thing can swing in the NBA. The Pistons are within 4. Oldham on top to Daly. Then he trying to bump it. Daly gets foul line, gets bumped. He'll go to the stripe.
Yep, good call. Vinny is asking, no, I didn't foul him. He didn't mean to foul him, but there was some pressure right there. Daly did a nice job.
That's 2 on VJ, and Quentin Daly will go to the stripe for Chicago. First one bounces in. Hit that rim hard. He's got that magic touch, 42-37. Second one gets nothing but net, 43-37 Chicago. 9:49 to play in the half. Isaiah barking signals from on top, calling the play. Takes Jordan right wing, and Paul Mihalik has a foul on Chicago's Rod Higgins away from the ball.
In that first quarter, George, Chicago shot 65% from the floor. Shot the lights out.
Didn't they? Right now they're up 6. Vinny, who's been shooting the lights out, lights it up again right of the lane. Isaiah got him the ball. He got 2 more. He has 12 off the bench.
Red hot.
He has missed but once. 43-39. The Bulls want to go deep. Isaiah knocks it away, but then throws it away after his steal to Daly down the lane. Whistle and a foul. Isaiah with a foul.
Isaiah doesn't agree with the call either. Quentin Daly, nonetheless, is going to the free throw line shooting 2 as Wally Rooney. Isaiah tried to save the ball on the baseline, couldn't find one of his own guys to throw it to, threw it out right into Daly's hands. He drove the basket, and
testing,
Isaiah
1,
was called
2,
for the foul.
3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Claimed he had
Testing
position.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Pistons
7.
now are up to 4 team fouls. Bulls have 1.
It's going to hurt them too. 9:16 to go in this quarter.
Helped the Pistons make sure it wasn't a first quarter blowout against the Bulls when Chicago got in a little foul trouble. Daly missed that first free throw, though. Here's the second. Splits the pair. The second goes swish, 44-39. Chicago by 5, 9-10 to play in the half. Isaiah on top on Daly. Foul line, Vinny. The leaner. Another 2 for VJ. My man's got 14.
Yeah, he is on fire, George.
Another something for Chicago from Vinny. 44-41. Jordan in the lane, up and in for the Bulls.
Too big.
46-41 Chicago. Isaiah,
There's 9 minutes left in the second quarter.
Wants to hand it to Vinny.
Oops.
Vinny almost lost it on the dribble, goes to the floor, saves it, pulls out, wants to give it up to Lambier. He'll go to the floor for it. Back to VJ. Pistons keep it. 7 on the shot clock. Hammered from behind by Jordan, from in front by Daly. But they're going to call 3 seconds away from the ball on the Pistons. Chuck Daly's living.
Yes, he is. And he has a right to be. Some of the things he's yelling at Wally must have been a bad call, because Wally could have very easily called the tech on him.
Amen. Michael Jordan against Isaiah to the lane. Up and in. Stopped and popped from 10. It was perfect. 48-41.
He gets up in the air so quick. Not a lot you can do with him. He gets up in the air and looks around and figures out what he wants to do.
48-41 Chicago. Isaiah looking for Vinny, finds him behind the foul line. Here it goes. This time it doesn't go. David Greenwood. Good position, has the rebound off the Jordan. Michael got hit right between the eyes, wants a 20-second timeout so the trainer can take a look at him. 7:53 to play in the half. 48-41 Chicago.
Done an outstanding job. Now Greenwood is playing that position.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
7:45 to play in the half. Michael Jordan spins to the paint, short over Isaiah, who bothered him. Rebound comes way back in the corner to Michael. On the wing to Higgins, launches a three-pointer. Short. Vinny Johnson with great position. That'll be a Chicago Bulls foul as they bump him from behind on the rebound.
Why Higgins took that shot, I really don't know. That was not a good shot at all. In comes John Long, and red hot. Vinny Johnson goes to the bench. That position's been hot all night.
Vinny 7 out of 9 on the evening. The Pistons 5 out of 6 in the quarter. They're still down 7 though. 48-41, 7.5 to play in the half. Isaiah has Daly with him. Leaves for Lambier, dribbling on Greenwood. Pass to Campbell, screen for Tony. Got it from the top.
I'll tell you, when Tony can square up, he's a very, very good jump shooter.
Took the time to set up, had the time, thanks to the screen. 48-43. Bulls go to Higgins, knocked away by Campbell to Benson to Isaiah. Race to the hole, he'll win it. He missed it. Campbell with a follow, has to save, does for Benson. Kendall go back to it. Jump hook, got it.
Good hustle there by Tony Campbell. A little embarrassed Isaiah is, but I'll tell you what, I was glad to see him put on a burst of speed, but when he really tried to jump, he didn't have it left in him.
He is definitely not 100%. Chicago wants time. Their lead's been sliced to 3. Bulls 48, Pistons 45, 6:51. Plan tickets, see the best teams in the league, and guarantee yourself executive box seats for the playoffs. You could also buy tickets for all the rest of the home games, 16 of them, if you call 338-4500 now. Bulls ball, Daly from the top, misfires. Nice rebound for Kent Benson. Got up in one arm. Off it goes to Isaiah. Right hand dribble to the center circle, working on Jordan. Got him in the paint. Bounce baseline, Lambier. Sends it, spins out again. Michael Jordan rebounds. At least that one wasn't anywhere near a brick. Jordan all the way to the hole, worms his way up, gets fouled, gets it down.
He is tough. What they've got to do, George, they've got to get body pressure on him before he gets that far down. Made a good head and shoulder fake, froze Isaiah, took it all the way in, left-handed, laid it in, got fouled. Boy, he's tough.
Chicago by 5, and Jordan's free throw makes it 6, 51-45. 6:20 to play in the half. Kelly Springfield's Pistons scrapbook at halftime. Isaiah around the screen from Lambier all the way to the hole, and he got it back in Chicago's face. 51-47. Bulls in a hurry, though. Jordan with it. Checked by John Long. Pass inside. Knocked out by John Long.
Chuck Daly is going to get Billy over by the bench. He's struggling just a bit tonight. Jumper won't go down.
Earl Curitan replaces him.
3 fouls also.
Bulls inbound. Michael Jordan bumped by Tony Campbell. Wally Rooney right there.
That's once again where the Pistons are going to be hurting, George. They got in early foul trouble. 6:02 to go in this second quarter, and they're over the limit. Michael Jordan shooting 1 plus the penalty.
And Michael Jordan doesn't miss many. Gets the first one down. 52-47. Chicago leads it.
You know, we got real excited in Detroit, and rightly so, when we got the rookie pair of Isaiah and Kelly, and they've been tremendous. And this guy's doing the same thing to this Bulls franchise.
Missed that second free throw. Pistons boarded. Isaiah comes up against pressure. Loops to Long. Now to Curitin. Earl back to John on the wing. Back to Isaiah between the rings. 10 on the clock. Screen from Campbell. Wanted to bounce baseline. Nobody home. Out of bounds. Bulls ball.
What happened? Earl had set up in a post position. Isaiah thought he was going to continue out. Led him a little too far. Bad pass out of bounds, turnover. Jordan brings it in the forecourt.
Got to apologize for the audio technical problems. Hope it's cleared up by now. Pistons and Bulls don't need to apologize for the ball game, especially Chicago's Michael Jordan. He just put it up there, ran to the hole and threw it in.
Tell you what some of these guys can do today is just unbelievable. Just too tough.
10 points now for Jordan in the quarter, and he's fouled. Make it 11. 17 on the night. 55-47 as he hits the free throw. 5.5 to play in the half. Against pressure, Isaiah gets help from John Long. Gets it back. Bounce to Benson. Knocked away. Out of bounds by Woolridge.
Chicago's coming up playing just a half-court trap defense right now.
Tony Campbell to John Long. Top of the key. Shot clock 13. John banging on Daly. Hands to Campbell. Tony C sends it up and in left of the lane.
Once again, that when he can square up, he's a good shooter.
55-49. Pistons within 6. 5:05 to play in the half. Jordan gets a screen from Woolridge. Goes baseline back to Orlando. Pick and roll. Couldn't handle it, but found it somehow deep in the corner. Bounce to Daly. Passed it up on the foul line. Took a walk, says Paul Mahalik.
Tell you, the Pistons got a break right there. That ball was the pass that went into the Big O. If he had caught it, he'd have thrown that one down again, George.
4:50 to play in the half. 55-49 Chicago. Isaiah with it. He'll take it over Corzine. Missed from the corner. Rebound to Greenwood. Corzine, Greenwood, Higgins, Michael Jordan, and Daly for Chicago. Daly in the paint to Corzine to the hole. Threw it up and in.
Tough shot right there. Dave Corzine.
57-49. No longer the object of all the boos here in Chicago. At least not for now. Isaiah to Campbell. Thought he was hot. Tony misses from the corner. Rebound Woolridge. 57-49 Chicago. Can they stretch it to 10? Woolridge inside. Greenwood knocked away by Benson and out of bounds.
Quentin Daly is going out. Wes Matthews coming in. Give him a little more quickness again in the backcourt. In comes Terry Tyler for Tony Campbell, who I'm sure is winded. Did a nice job.
4:13 to play in the half. Chicago 57, Pistons 49. Woolridge into the paint. Michael Jordan might have been pushed by Long. Missed the shot. Rebound Tyler up to Isaiah. Isaiah working against Jordan. With that bruised thigh wrapped, Isaiah dribbles to the right wing. Shot clock at 10. Looking on top for Long, but careful of Matthews. He'll hand to John, who comes for it. Now goes right of the lane. Sends it up. Nope. Rebound tapped out. Controlled by Benson. Fresh 24 for the Pistons. Kent gives it up to Isaiah. We have 3:42 to play in the half. Isaiah winds his way to the hole. Little weak on the shot. Rebound tapped out to Jordan. Way ahead for Woolridge. The hole jams on John Long.
Saw it coming. So his eyes light up. Boy, I'll tell you, he can jump. They've got two leapers on this team.
59-49 Chicago. 3.5 to play in the half.
All you can do is get out the way on those, George, and hope you don't get hurt, I tell you.
Isaiah on top. Sends it wide of the lane to Curitin. Leaving it there for Benson in the paint for Tyler. Knocked back at Kent. Throws up an awkward hook. Won't go. Rebound Corzine.
Problem.
To Matthews. To the hole on Isaiah. He tries to dunk over Isaiah. Gets fouled. Misses the shot. Isaiah gets the foul. He stopped that jam.
Wes Matthews put on a burst of speed. Little guy at the last moment changed his mind and says, I'm going to do it too. Forces a timeout here, George.
Pistons take it, 3:08 to play in the half. Bulls by 10. Timeout on the Pistons Basketball Network. Open at 3384500. Get tickets for 10 very good games, including Michael Jordan and the Bulls, the first place battle with Milwaukee, Ralph Sampson and the Houston Rockets, Larry Bird and the Celtics, and many more. Plus, you can buy all of the rest of the home games, all 16 if you want, and guarantee yourself playoff seats. You don't have to buy 16, though. 10 will do, and you guarantee yourself executive box seating for the playoffs.
Big difference in this second quarter, George, is the shooting. Chicago is 7 of 11 shooting the ball well. The Pistons 9 of 18, but Chicago is 6 of 10 from the free throw line, and Detroit hasn't shot any. They've not attempted any free throws.
Well, you called it when they got in that foul difficulty. 2 free throws there for Wes Matthews. 61-49 Bulls. Benny Johnson loops to Benson, sideline right. Knocked away by Jordan for Woolridge to Matthews. Fly into the hole. The high glasser's good.
Good defense. Good fast break. They ran it well. Chicago Bulls.
63-49. Pistons need to settle down and get some hoops. Tyler going to the hole on Corzine, gets fouled.
They got to play good, strong, smart basketball right here. 2:40 to go in the half. They can't afford to dig this hole much deeper.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your neighborhood Shell Auto Care dealer, including Sims & Son Shell service on 7 and Loud in Detroit, Evanston Shell, Ann Arbor and Sheldon and Plymouth, John King Shell on 5 Mile and Beach in Motor City. Terry Tyler got the first free throw at 63-50. Chicago by 13 at the Chicago Stadium.
They need to try and go in that locker room about 8 points down, George.
Well, they're back to within 12, 63-51. Terry got them both. Vinny with John Long in the backcourt. Isaiah resting. Curitin with Tyler and Benson up front. Matthews looking for Woolridge. Finds him against Tyler to the paint. Blocked by Terry. Got it back, though, somehow to Woolridge. Turnaround gun, and he got it. Could be Chicago's night. 65-51.
Not an easy shot. Give Woolridge credit. They blocked it away from him. He stayed with it, got it back, and put it in.
Benny Johnson, who's been hot, goes baseline. Turnaround gun, and he got it over Matthews. 65-53.
Some things never change. Matthews did everything he could do. After it went in, he grabbed his head and said, what else can I do?
Chicago leads by 12. 2 minutes to play in the half. Matthews. Way out on the wing against Benny. Bounces mid-post to Corzine. Shot clock 7. Corzine bumping on Curitin. Gets it stolen. Earl saves it. Who touched it before it went out of bounds? Wally Rooney says Chicago.
Good job by Earl Curitin.
Freddie Carter and Kevin Lockery didn't like the call, but they didn't complain that much, so it probably was all right. Benny with it for the Pistons. To the lane. Double clutches. Got it off the window. Got hit, but walked. Tough break.
Yes, it was. Chuck Daly in the background walking up and down in front of the bench trying to say, what do we have to do here?
Minute and a half to play in the half. Chicago by 12. Jordan by John Long. Down the lane. Missed on the run and used the elbow to get some space, says Paul Mahalik. Pistons ball with 1:28 to play in the half.
I tell you what, it's just a blessing to be able to jump like that. Once he gets past his man, he just goes up in the air and he can hang so well. Make a lot of things happen in the air.
The man who could hang so well himself talking. Earl Curitin gets to John Long. Wiggles in close. Nice power move, and he got it down.
Yes, it was. Good, strong move. Earl got away with walking the last time, too.
Yeah, 65-55. Jordan gets blocked by Benson going to the hole. To Vinny, up to Earl. With a hole on Corzine. He'll jam it. 65-57. It's down to that 8-point spread you were talking about, Dave Bing, with 55 seconds to play in the half. And Matthews doing the slow walk across the timeline.
They're going to try and spread it out.
Shot clock reads 14. Corzine on top against Curitin. Now it's at 10, still holding it high. Now it's at 9. To Woolridge, down the lane, running right-hander. Off the heel, no. Rebound comes off to Sidney Green to Corzine, threw it away. Bumped by Benson, picked up by Earl. Bounced to John Long, hard to the hole. Missed the shot. Did he draw the foul?
Yes, he did.
He may have drawn the goaltend. Yes, he did.
That's even better. 30 seconds to go. The Pistons will get one more shot. Earl Curitin once again does a good job defensively, then made a very nice pass. Outlet pass there to John Long. Ball was knocked off the glass by Wes Matthews. Automatic goaltending.
Talk about a blessing. It's a blessing to be down just 6 for the Pistons after the way the first half has gone. 18 seconds to play in it. Pistons scrapbook at halftime. A look at significant Piston events, past and present. This one's on number 20.
Oh, my
Michael
God.
Jordan, who wears 23, just flew at the hole and jammed with 11 seconds to play in the half. A spectacular play.
Oh, I can see why these people love him.
5 seconds. Vinny on Jordan. Double clutches from the foul line. Missed the shot. Hit the floor. He'll go to the line with 2 seconds to play in the half. 67-59 Chicago.
Vinny didn't do it as pretty, but the results are going to be the same. I tell you, Jordan is just an unbelievable leaper. Boy, he went in. He goes in against 7-footers. It really doesn't matter because he surely plays like he's 7 or 8 feet. Well, he can fly through the air. Vinny gets him to create his 3rd foul, though. Could be a key.
Michael Jordan with 3. And the Pistons trail by 8 with 2 seconds to play in the half. Get Vinny at the foul line. All 16 of his points, of course, off the bench. Brother Eric, the freshman at Baylor, had 24 last night, Dave, as Baylor beat SMU.
Yeah, he got a young fellow down there from Detroit also down at Baylor.
DJ got the first and the second. 67-61. Corzine half-court lob knocked away by Vinny. Picked up by Matthews. Fouled and traveled. They'll take away the foul. Give Chicago the travel. 67-61. The Pistons, who are home tomorrow against Dallas and Saturday against the Sixers, and then later on against Milwaukee, the Nets, and these same Bulls, are down 6 in intermission in Chicago. Chicago 67, the Pistons 61. Call now. In the corner to Isaiah. 3-pointer, it's through. He hits for 3, and the Pistons start with a bang. They're within 3. 67-64.
He shot 3 or 4 of those in the All-Star game, so he's just picking up where he left off.
Just underway in the 3rd. Matthews, top of the key. Sidney Green, foul line for the jumper over Benson. It will be short. Off the iron to Lambier. Midcourt outlet, John Long still with it. Stops, sets, shoots, and scores. And the Pistons are within 1. Chicago's got to wonder what it's got to do to put this game into the lopsided column. Michael Jordan, who had a brilliant first half, gets alone in the lane and gets it down off the window. I think he triple clutched.
Nothing to say. Absolutely nothing to say.
69-66. John Long answers from the left wing for the Pistons, though, in a hurry. 69-68. Shooter's got himself 18.
Just steady. Just steady.
Michael Jordan matched up against John. Wanted to go to Sidney Green. John knocked it away and out of bounds. 13 on the Chicago shot clock. 10:43 to play in the 3rd. Bulls 69, Pistons 68.
Pistons started off not playing too well, George, but they really picked up the tempo and playing much better.
Wes Matthews with a high dribble and a screen, goes baseline, gets the jumper off, will not fall. Tyler skies for the bound to John to Isaiah. Working on Matthews, has him on the wing. Takes him to the paint, dishes back to Lambier, got some time, sends it, scores it. Pistons need that shooting touch. They have the lead, 70-69.
And they force Chicago to call timeout.
For Bill Lambier, his first field goal, 4 points on the night. The Pistons were down 6 at the half. They're up 1 with 10:18 to play in the 3rd. It's a Chicago timeout on the Pistons Basketball Network. Somehow he gets it back, dunks, and he's fouled. John Long gets his 3rd foul too, David, and that's 23 for Jordan, and Chicago's regained the lead 71-70. 10-10 to play in the 3rd.
Right place at the right time. Great player, great athlete.
Got the free throw to fall too. He's got 24, and Chicago leads by a deuce with 10:05 to play in the 3rd. Isaiah gets a screen from Lambier, doesn't use it, goes right side around it, misses, but Benson taps it in. Kent with the tap has 4, and the Pistons have tied it at 72.
Nice basket right there. Isaiah had to change that shot up. Sidney Green did a good job.
Orlando Woolridge with some body control, but a miss. Right place at the right time again. Michael Jordan, great position, hits the putback. Chicago by 2.
Got the box off. Got to get the body on him. Great leaper.
9:35 to play, 3rd quarter. John Long from the top of the key. Hand in his face, doesn't matter. Throws it down over Jordan. 74-74.
Pistons only missed one shot so far this quarter. 5 out of 6.
Got the score tied up. They were down 6 at the half. Jordan, screen from Corzine, behind the foul line, thought about it. John Long comes up on him, gets to Woolridge. Woolridge fires, no. Snatching it off the iron is Benson. Kent to Isaiah. Pull up, right wing. Yes!
Well, I tell you what, offensively, they got some fellas out there that can do it, George.
Don't get too many dunks, but they can shoot. 76-74. I guess nobody gets very many dunks compared to Chicago.
Not with the 2 they got.
Makes you feel inadequate. Sidney Green spins mid-post to the paint, up and in. Score tied at 76. 8.5 to play in the third. Isaiah thinking about a triple. He takes it. Won't fall. Tap Tyler, no. Rebound Benson. Foul Sidney Green.
Terry Tyler did a nice job keeping the ball alive. Tipped it up. Benson had good inside position, got it back, and was fouled in his attempt to shoot by Sidney Green. Right across the arm, shooting 2.
Kent starting his 11th straight game. In the last 5, he's averaging 10.2 points and 6.8 boards. He has 5 points on the night as the first free throw falls. This one's brought to you in part by your local snapper dealer, including Dick's Lawn and Sports on Cooley Lake Road and Union Lake. Another free throw for Kent falls, and the Pistons are up 2. 78-76, 8.25 to play in the third in Chicago. Wes Matthews dribbling on Isaiah. He's up top, shot clock 15, foul line. Corzine, set shot somehow up and in.
Holloway said it that. Not an easy shot.
No, sir. 78-78. Isaiah looking for a screen, gets it from Lambier, gets it to Billy, misfires right of the lane. Tyler keeps it alive, but Jordan pulls it down. Michael's got the tongue out. They got a 4-on-2 break to Matthews. Blew the bunny. Out it comes to Isaiah. Pistons now about 4-on-1. John Long with a set shot, left wing, no. Rebound Terry, up and no. Bulls bound it. Saved by Jordan for Green. He lost it out of bounds. Off whom? Off Green. Tapped by Isaiah off Sidney.
Good defensive job really by the Bulls to keep us from getting an easy basket. Then Jordan really played tough inside. Saved the ball from going out of bounds. Threw it in. Sidney Green got tripped just a little. Turned it over.
Isaiah fakes right, goes left, tried to lay it up left side, missed it, but Lambier got the putback, and the Pistons are up 80-78.
Kevin Lockery up off the bench looking at his guys with a very grim look on his face.
7 minutes and 20 to play in the third. Bulls go to Corzine. Lost it, but Sidney Green picks it up. Shot clock at 10 in the paint to Michael Jordan. Jump hook falls.
What do you do?
80-80. He's got 28, folks, and we have 7:07 to play in the third.
He's looking at 40 plus tonight.
Isaiah's between the rings. Jordan's with him. To John Long. Screen from Lambier. Fires, fills it up.
I'll tell you what, not to shoot like that. There's not a whole lot you can do. You feel helpless.
82-80.
I saw Vinny report in. He'll be coming back in, and it's so tough. You don't know who to take out because both of these guys are having outstanding games.
Sidney Green, a brick from the wing. Rebound to Jordan.
John Long.
Contact underneath. Isaiah gets the foul. That is his third. John Long also with 3.
I thought John pushed him out, to tell you the truth. Yeah, I think that's a bad call. I think that was on John Long, who pushed him as he went up for the rebound. Isaiah got caught out of position.
Woolridge will inbound to Matthews. Michael Jordan on the wing against John. He's got to be careful. Tough position to be in. Screen from Sidney Green. John played it well. Back it goes to Green to the hole. Blocked by Tyler. Another whistle.
Offensive foul he's going to call, I believe. If it hadn't been, it was a great block by Terry Tyler. Give me some respect.
Let's take 10 for an ID. This is the Pistons Basketball Network.
This is WKBD TV 50, Detroit.
The offensive foul gives the Pistons the ball in a 2-point lead. They take Isaiah out with his 3, put Vinny in. Matthews bothering him. DJ's way out on the wing, loops it baseline to Benson. Back to VJ. Shot clock at 7. Top of the key, Tyler. It's at 6. Foul line, turnaround gun. No. Tap up, no. Rebound comes off to Sidney Green. Benson's on the floor. Up to Michael Jordan. In the corner to Matthews. Lambier jumps at him. Matthews missed it. Rebound tapped nicely to Tyler by Long. John gets it back.
Needed to get it to the middle.
Oh, cross-courted to Tyler. Too high, out of bounds.
John needed to take the ball right to the middle. He would have created a 3-on-2 fast break, but keeping it over on that left-hand lane, the defensive man was able to play 2 offensive people. Tough shot.
Bulls tapped it away. Benny gets a double clutch jumper that won't fall.
He's got to see
Up
it.
It goes to the Bulls. Jordan drives, dunks.
Benny didn't turn around quick enough, George. He was playing his man and didn't know where the ball was, and Jordan took advantage of it. Did you see where he took off from?
I don't know what you could have done about it anyway, except watch. 82-82. John Long, screen from Lambier. He missed it. Rebound, Woolridge. Score tied in Chicago, 5:15 to play in the third. Can you take off any further back? Is it humanly possible?
Only other guy I saw do it was Doc, and that's who they're comparing him with.
They're not far off. Woolridge tries a fadeaway for the Bulls. Body contact from Terry Tyler.
Wasn't a bad foul right there because the Bulls were getting into their running game, to tell you the truth. This will slow it down a little bit.
5 minutes, 2 seconds to play third quarter. 82-82 our score. Out comes Matthews.
2 of the best young talents in the NBA right now here in Chicago. Orlando Woolridge, and needless to say, Mr. Jordan.
They put Quentin Daly in the game for Matthews. A very, very explosive now in the scorebook in the backcourt. Lambier's out, Curitin's on for the Pistons. Orlando Woolridge with both free throws. Orlando has 20. 84-82, 4:55 to play third quarter. Vinny wants to stop and go on Jordan, up from the paint and in.
Should be the 4th foul on him, too.
They get the foul on Jordan. Vinny will not get the hoop. He was on his way to the hole. He gets nothing except Jordan's foul, and that's very, very important. That makes it worthwhile. That's 4. Terry Tyler to John Long, out between the rings. Shot clock with a fresh 24 to Vinny, left of the lane.
Pistons
Backing on Matthews, who has come right back. Turnaround from the paint, off the glass and good. Just kissed it. It's 84-84.
I was going to say, George, the Pistons backcourt can take advantage of Chicago now. John and Vinny are just too good offensively and too big for Chicago's backcourt.
The Bulls try to muscle it in. Now Daly to Woolridge, took a step, got away with it, down the lane, laid it in. 86-84 Chicago. 4:20 to play in the third. Curitin has it way up top side against Sidney Green. Right of the lane to Tyler. On top again to Lambier. Long gun, got it. 86-86, 4:04 to play in the third.
They're going to need Billy's offense just to keep Chicago's defense honest. Into the forecourt comes Wes Matthews.
Corzine's now got it on top. Wanted to go left of the lane to Daly. Did. Short jumper, but Daly's got his own rebound. Back up with a J from the lane. No rebound. Lambier to Vinny. Bulls get back. Vinny still with it. To the paint. Double clutches. Fills it up.
Too big, too strong, and too good. Wes Matthews got his hands full.
The Pistons lead them 88-86. Vinny with 22. Matthews trying to go to work on Vinny. Takes him right wing. Shot clock 8. Baseline lob. Woolridge stepped out of bounds. Claimed he was pushed.
He was pushed. There was contact, but Wally Rooney couldn't call a force out, so he called traveling to turn over to the Pistons. In comes Brooks Steppe.
Chuck Daly afraid that John Long's going to get in foul trouble. He does have 3. Out he comes.
Good substitution right there.
3:08 to play in the third. Vinny doubled on the right wing. They dog him near the sideline. Now it's out of bounds off Vinny. The Bulls overplay and knock it away. They can tie it with a hoop. 3 minutes to play third quarter. Quentin Daly against Steppe. Mid-post lob, Corzine. Turnaround from the paint, perfect.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a shot you wouldn't mind him normally taking, George, but he's hit 2 of them. Make a believer out of us.
He has tied this score. 2:40 to play third quarter. Matthews out on Vinny. Vinny takes him to the wing. Guns gets it. Still on fire. VJ with 2 dozen. The Pistons by 2.
Wes Matthews is going to have nightmares.
Matthews gets some room from Vinny. Doesn't shoot. Mid-post lob left side. Corzine wheels on Lambier. Missed the hook. Buck Billy from behind as they scramble for the rebound. Foul on Corzine. The Pistons take time. 2:19 to play in the third. The Pistons are up 2. They were down 6 at the half. It's 90-88. This is the Pistons Basketball Network. Remember last spring what a hot ticket that last playoff game against the Knicks at the Joe Louis was? This one looks a little bit like a playoff game too, doesn't it? Pistons are selling that 10-game playoff package. Finished the season with 10 and got a priority seating for the playoffs. You can call during the broadcast tonight and get him. Vinny goes right back to work against the Bulls, and Vinny draws another foul. He'll go to the line.
With Vinny is so tough, George. He breaks the defense down because he's good one-on-one. Sometimes I think he probably plays a little too much one-on-one, but he can get away with it. When he gets hot, there's not anything you're going to do with him one-on-one. That particular time he was smart. Even though he misses the first shot, he saw the double team coming, made contact and threw it up. All these people are happy. They didn't think he could miss.
Well, he did miss the second one. I think you're absolutely right. I'm trying to figure, what are they screaming about? It had to be that. 91-88. Well, I've seen a few, but you've seen a lot more. 2 to play in the third. Pistons by 3. Daly on top on Steppe, and a 3-second call takes it away from Chicago.
Orlando Wooldridge really stayed in that lane too long. Detroit shooting the ball extremely well, almost 60% in this third quarter. Chicago 47%.
Pistons have Brooks Steppe in the backcourt with Vinny because of John Long's 3 fouls and Isaiah's 3. 1:50 to play in the third. Pistons by 3. They've rallied to take the lead. Things look a little bleak at the outset. Terry Tyler slides to the lane. Traveling is going to be called.
Good call there by Wally Rooney. Good substitution. In comes the rookie, Tony Campbell. He's got to really try. We don't need his offense right now. We need his defense.
Milwaukee at home in the third, up 13 on New Jersey. Chicago going to the hole with Woolridge. Misses the shot. Draws the foul, though. It's on Tony Campbell. That's his third.
You know, George, Kevin Lockery from the old school. He's been in his NBA a long time. He sees a rookie coming in. He's fresh off the bench. He hasn't had a chance to do anything. Immediately, the ball goes right into Orlando.
Certainly the right call. Orlando gets the first free throw to fall. Both teams with 4 team fouls. Chicago has pulled it to within 2. Now it's 1 as Woolridge hits them both. The ex-Notre Damer's got 24, 91-90.
The Bulls will probably be satisfied just to make sure that Campbell gets a pass over, and now looks like Billy Lambier starting to heat up. That's a good sign. I think the Bulls would like to go into this fourth quarter 3 or 4 points down and then bring Michael Jordan back. I don't think they're going to be too upset if they're down a couple of points.
He had to sit down with 4 fouls. Lambier just got the jumper down. Pistons up 93-90, but the jumper by Quentin Daly in Brooks Steppe's face pulls it back to a 1-point game. Vinny on Matthews. Up he comes. Goes behind the back with a dribble as Matthews dogs him in backcourt. Vinny's in control. Shot clock at 13. 51 seconds to play in the quarter. Baseline left, Lambier. Guns got it.
You don't want it, I'll take it. I think Vinny said, I'm a little tired right now. Let me rest this shooting arm. Billy, you seem to be heating it up. I'll give it to you.
95-92. Pistons by 3. Daly goes baseline, forces and fills it again. 95-94.
Q has always been just a really, really good jump shot.
Less than a half a minute to play third quarter. Vinny pumps at the foul line, knocked away by the Bulls. Wes Matthews to the hole on VJ, stopped the shot, stopped Matthews, saved him from hurt, but he'll send him to the line, and he's complaining about a no call on the other end.
Yeah, good strong play right there by Vinny. Matthews, the ball bounced up just a little too high for Wes to control it. Vinny came back, and really it was a good foul and good sportsmanship because he made sure that West didn't fall down and hurt himself. Well, the new NBA rule, the breakaway foul, George.
Yep. Going to go right at the Pistons right now.
Chuck Daly doesn't agree with it, throws his hands up.
Well, it was designed to prevent injury, but I guess the point is it was a breakaway drive.
Vinny is really upset right now.
Matthews missed the first free throw. 20 seconds to play in the third. Matthews makes the second. Score tied at 95. Bulls ball. Michael Jordan goes back in the game. You need one play. You might want to put the big play man in. Rod Higgins also in the game. Inbounds to Jordan. They'll clear it out and let him go to work a little on Tony Campbell. He's way up topside. 13 seconds to play in the quarter.
Tony's got to back up.
Now we're at 10. Tony taps it away as Jordan goes to the hole. Vinny picks it up. 5 seconds to play. Vinny from down. Buries a triple with 3 to play in the third. The Pistons by 3. Near the 10-second line, a travel's called on the Bulls. That's when you know you've got it going.
Stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened.
Benny was thinking maybe he didn't have as much time as he did have.
Paul Mahalik tells Chuck Daly to get back behind that line. Get back into your coach's box.
Pistons have 2 seconds to try and get another shot. They go to Earl, top of the key. Earl's jumper high off the glass. That's a brick. But the Pistons are going to be up 3 after 3. 98-95. Vinnie Johnson stays on fire. This is the Pistons Basketball Network. Michael Jordan in the game. Woolridge is there too. Spins to the paint and misses. Tony Campbell rebounds it. Paul Mahalik blew the whistle, didn't mean it. Here's the Piston lineup. Vinnie Johnson, Stillbrook, Steppy, Tony Campbell, Earl Currit, and Kent Benson. Jawan Oldham with Orlando Woolridge and David Greenwood. And Quentin Daly and Michael Jordan for Chicago. Tony Campbell on top on Woolridge. Fakes right, goes left. Thinking about a leaner. Has to send it up. It goes! Didn't want to, but the ball wanted to. 100-95.
What's even smarter than that, Vinny told Brooks Steppy, hey, you go over there and stay with Jordan. You can get into foul trouble. I'm hot offensively. I don't need my fourth foul now.
Daly will try and back Vinny down. Whirls in the lane, throws up a glasser, won't go. Oldham rips the rebound down, but he's over Currit and shoulder. No position. Jawan gets the foul. This is a guy that says, if I played more, I'd be a force in this league.
Well,
I don't think he's ever going to be able to prove that. 11 minutes to play in the game. Vinny's doubled. Gives it up to Benson right of the lane. We got a whistle and a Greenwood foul.
Vinny limping a little bit on the last rebound. Oldham came down on his ankle, but I don't think he's hurt. He's trying to walk it off now.
Tony Campbell triggers to Vinny. Vinny working on Quentin Daly. To Steppy, glides by Jordan, goes to the hole, blocked by Oldham. But it was more of a mistake by Brook than a block by Oldham. Lost control. Jordan to Daly to the hole, got fouled.
Good foul right there by Vinny. I guess he says if he had to play against Brook, and Brook lets him do it like that, he will be a force. Pretty good move right there by Jordan as he drew the defense to him and passed off to Quentin Daly, who was fouled. It's the 4th foul on VJ.
Then he comes out, Steppy stays. Excuse me, David.
He's out of the game. In comes Isaiah.
Daly with a make, then a miss. Rebound Benson. Pistons by 4, 100-96, 10:42 to play. Isaiah working Daly to the lane, working him to the hole. Contact as he misses.
Smart move.
Foul call.
Smart move by Isaiah. Knew he heard the whistle, so he had to make sure he got an attempt at the basket.
3rd foul, Quentin Daly. This one's brought to you in part by your neighborhood Shell Auto Care dealer, including 6 Mile and Telegraph Shell in Detroit, 6 Mile and Outer Drive Shell in Detroit, 7 Mile and Ferguson Shell, also in the Motor City. Isaiah with a miss on his first free throw.
Both teams shooting the ball very well from the floor, George, in that third quarter. 57% for the Pistons, 52% for the Bulls.
Isaiah gets the second one down. It's the Pistons 101, Chicago 96, 10:35 to play at Chicago Stadium. The North Carolina rookie, Michael Jordan, taking Steppe left wing. He's taking everybody just about where he wants tonight. Stops his dribble, loops to Woolridge, who's been just as bad. Hook in the lane.
Yep.
On the pass, there's a foul called. And Curitan, who stepped in front and got the ball pushed off to do it, gets his second foul.
Earl tried to use quickness right there. Oldham was posting him up, doing a pretty good job. Earl fouled him in the process.
Orlando Woolridge to Daly. Wing on the right to Michael Jordan. Clear out on Steppe. Benson comes to help. Got a hand on the ball and maybe the hand. Pulled down by Campbell, threw it away. Woolridge off to Jordan, fly into the hole, hits the shot, foul on the Pistons.
Not a good choice right there by Campbell, because after he got the rebound, he tried to pass it out to Benson, and that's not the guy you want on the fast break in the middle anyway. And that's what created the turnover.
Well, the foul's on Isaiah to top it all off, his fourth with 10:09 left. Chicago within 3. Make it 2. Michael Jordan hits the free throw. All he has so far tonight is 33.
Going to have to get Brooks Steppe out of the game. You've got to get John back in. With he and Vinny playing so well offensively, you can't afford for them to sit there too long, especially not together.
Steppe doubled, gets it back to Isaiah. Thought about a triple, back to Steppe. Left wing, long gun, off the heel, no. Comes back to Brook, he'll take it again. This time he's got it.
Big hit for him, big hit.
He had to take it.
Yes, he did.
He was much closer and he was wide open. 103-99. Michael Jordan working Steppe, top of the key. Shot clock reads 10, gives it up to Quentin Daly on Isaiah. Behind the foul line, short with a jumper. Rebound, Jordan came right to him. In the lane, double pump, jump when it goes.
Well, that's Pistons let that ball go right back to Chicago. They didn't box out, or they boxed out and didn't go get the ball.
103-101. Isaiah on top. Goes to Curitan, wants to power on Juwan Oldham, throws it in. Wasn't pretty,
no,
but it's a hoop.
A slop shot, but it goes in and it puts him up 105-101.
8:58 left. Quentin Daly wants to work Isaiah for a minute. Into the lane to Woolridge. Spins on Campbell, hard to the hole, headed off the window.
They're going to have to get Tony out of there also, because the Big O is going to take him to school. He's going to take advantage of him.
105-103, 8:40 left. Isaiah gets the screen from Curitan, gives it up to Steppe on top. Going foul line, drew contact, but he committed the offensive foul, says Wally Rooney. He threw it in, too. Circus shot, but after an offensive foul. He'll come out. John Long comes back. Lambeer in the game with Tony Campbell and Curitan up front.
And next substitute, they're going to have to get Tony Campbell out, I believe.
Michael Jordan on John Long. Michael Jordan down the left side on the baseline into traffic. Dishes it off for Oldham, but he was out of bounds.
Pretty good defensive job right there by John Long. Running him on the baseline, get him down so close in the end line, he steps out of bounds. Big turnover right there. 105-103, 8:12 to go in the game.
And the Pistons have the 105, and Isaiah has the ball. We're in Chicago. Shot clock 14 as Isaiah sets up on top on Daly. They give him the jumper. He takes it. He drills it. It's a triple.
He didn't want to take that. He was running a play, a screen down low for John Long. Juwan Oldham just ran John out of bounds and forced Isaiah to take the three-point shot. Let's make him take a few more.
108-103. Pistons by 5, 7:40 left. Woolridge on Benson, who's just come on. Down the lane, switches hands, runs up the righty, and it goes off the glass.
Tough move right there. He's a player.
7.5 to play. Pistons by 3 in Chicago. Can they weather the storm with that short bench? Lambeer on top. Oldham's up on him. 2 hands on the hand check. Billy goes on the wing with a pass to Curitan. Baseline for a spin. Hook on the run. No. Rebound Woolridge to Quentin Daly. The Bulls on the run. The Pistons are getting back. Daly going to the hole, and Isaiah missed it, lost the rebound, out of bounds.
Whoa, Daly needed to pull up and take the short jumper right there, because with John Long and Isaiah back there in foul trouble, they weren't going to put too much defensive pressure. Shot it out of bounds. Piston ball. Kevin Locker is really upset on the sideline. Dave Corzine comes into the game.
Pistons did get away with some contact. Pistons with a big front line. Benson, Lambier, and Curitan. Corzine's checking Billy. He's right of the lane. He's baseline. Jumper up. No, but he's fouled. Chicago takes time. 6:51 to play in the game. Pistons 108. Bulls 105. This is the Pistons Basketball Network. They have Bob Jankowski at the audio controls, too. The man from Mutual and ND. 3-point game, and Lambier goes to the line.
I think that this crowd would be even larger tonight if the big college rivals here in town weren't playing. DePaul and Loyola Chicago, yeah.
We'll give you a final on that. It's almost over, and Loyola's leading. Lambier at the line gets the first free throw. Pistons 109, Bulls 105, 6:51 to play. Wally Rooney and Paul Mahalik check the scoring table for something. Players on the floor, Sidney Green with Corzine and Woolridge and Jordan and Daly for the Bulls. Lambier with Benson, Curitan, Isaiah, and John Long for the Pistons, and Billy Lambier hits the second clutch free throw. 110-105, 6:48 to play. Quentin Daly on Isaiah. Takes it baseline. Gets a bump.
Yep.
Paul Mahalik with the whistle. And if Isaiah gets the foul, and he does, that's his fifth.
Got him with the shoulder. Well, I tell you what, that's no consolation for the Bulls, because that forces Benny back in the game.
Bulls go to Jordan. Jordan down the lane. Righty on the run, pushed off, or at least got a hand on somebody to get his balance. I don't even know if he needed to, but he did. He got the hoop. 110-107.
When you jump that high, you need some balance up there, George.
Nobody else is up there with him, I'll tell you that. Had to put a hand on somebody down below. Then he wanted to go left corner with a pass to John Long, knocked away by Jordan, who's now claiming he was fouled and kind of bumped out of the pack. 6:21 to play in the game. Pistons 110, Bulls 107 in Chicago. Kent Benson triggers to Lambier, left wing, cross-courting to Vinny. Leaps to take the pass over Daly. Goes baseline, fires, no. Rebound Sidney Green. Good position on Kent Benson. Bulls can only hope that Vinny's cooled off.
Yeah, this is a big hoop right here for him.
Daly hit the high glasser left of the lane. And Vinny got one in the eye, I think, from Daly when he went up. Now it's a one-point game, 110-109. Vinny bounces baseline, John Long. The set, no. Follow Curitan, yes. Earl in the right place at the right time.
Big offensive rebound and put back in there by Earl Curitan.
Pistons 112, Bulls 109, 5:38 left. Michael Jordan down the lane, sandwiched. Offensive foul call.
That's his fifth. Lambier did a good job. I can't block
Billy
it anyway.
Step in front and take it.
He said, I can't block it. I can't get up there with you, but I'm going to get in your way.
That's 5 on Jordan. He'll stay in the game. Isaiah sat down when he got 5.5 left. Lambier top of the key, firing over Corzine, fills it up over Corzine. The Pistons lead them 114-109.
Good time to get hot. The Pistons, when they get the ball back offensively, need to go right at Jordan again.
You know, Billy missed those free throws in Washington, but he is one of the Pistons' better clutch shooters. Quentin Daly right of the lane over Vinny, misfires on the J. Corzine powers the rebound down, misses the putback. Corzine's got it back, knocked away, picked up on the baseline by Daly, goes to the hole, he's tripled, and he hits the shot, and he's fouled.
Chicago deserved that one, George. They really stayed with it, fought for the loose balls, picked it back up. Quentin Daly, unbelievable shot under pressure, threw it in. The Pistons had opportunities with the ball bouncing all around on the floor. Nobody went down for it. Daly picked it up, threw it in, was fouled. Let's see if he gets the three-point play here.
Free throws up, and it's good. 114-112.
On that foul, it allows Michael Jordan to get out of the game. Wes Matthews comes in for him.
I think it was on Kent Benson. If so, just his first. Team fouls, Pistons in the penalty, Bulls with 4. Pistons 114, Chicago 112. Lambier goes to the hole with Vinny's pass, gets fouled.
Good pick and roll. Vinny and Billy worked that very well. Vinny set him up well. Both teams over the foul limit right now with 4:48 to go in the game. I think Jordan, he's reporting back in.
Took him out briefly, but they're going to put him back in the game. Maybe every time they got it offensively, take him out if you get a chance defensively. Lambier hits the free throw, 115-112. Now Chicago has Jordan back in the game, along with Daly. Corzine and Woolridge up front with Sidney Green. Lambier missed the second free throw. 115-112, 4:45 to play in the game.
Going to be an exciting finish, I believe, George.
Well, they all seem exciting lately. 3 out of the last 4, I think, have been OTs for the Pistons. Jordan, baseline leaner, got it over John Long. Chicago's within 1. 115-114, 4.5 left. Here comes Vinny with the basketball. Daly's with him.
They need to go right back at Jordan.
2-man game. They want to pick and roll.
There's a mismatch.
Lob it to Lambier on the baseline. To get the ball, he fouled, says Paul Mahalik.
Good call. Billy Lambier pushed off with his free hand, pushed Quentin Daly off so he couldn't get into the passing lane. Paul Mahalik made the right call.
Bad foul. That's Billy's 4th. 4:14 left. Chicago could take the lead. Pistons by a point. Jordan left of the lane. Pump fake on Long. Hang glides and misses. Rebound Benson. Outlet to John. Working on Daly. 2-on-2. Brings by it to the hole. Got it.
Good.
Great body control.
Yes, it was. Good outlet pass there by Kenny. Gave John, as John was on the move, he changed direction very well. Laid it all the way in. Took it up on the glass. Nice job.
That's an athlete. 117-114. Here's another one. Jordan right of the lane. Double clutches on John. Misses. Curitan skies for the rebound. Hands to Vinny. 3:40 left. Pistons by 3 and they have the ball.
Hoop here will put him in a good position.
Vinny working the top. Jordan trying to check him. Screen from Lambier. Back to Billy Top. All alone for the J. Fills it up.
They got to need a timeout. Chicago needs a timeout here.
Pistons have them by 5. 3:26 to play, and the Bulls do take time. This is the Pistons Basketball Network. 3:15 to play here in Chicago. Pistons by 5. It was a Bulls timeout. It's been a nail-biter. Michael Jordan, who's been brilliant, sets up left wing. Sends it up over John Long. Off the iron to Benson. Kent Benson with a strong rebound. Here come the Pistons. Vinny Johnson, who's been magnificent. Left hands across the timeline against Daly. It's a screen from Curitan. Back on top to Lambier. Over Corzine. It's wide left. Rebound tapped out, controlled by Jordan. 2:48 to play.
Oh.
Foul by Vinny. That'll be his 5th.
Yeah, Paul had his mind made up. He was watching that very, very close. I was going to say last time, George, the Pistons guards, Vinny and John, did a nice defensive job. Forced Jordan to take one of those long shots, and Kent Benson did a nice job on the glass. Last time down, Lambier took a pretty tough shot right there, bounding out real far. Jordan got the ball, was fouled in the backcourt by VJ. Hits the first one.
Didn't take that shot in rhythm either, did Bill?
No, not at all.
Second one swish for Jordan. Got them both. It's a 3-point Piston lead. 2:45 to play in Chicago. Isaiah on the bench with 5. Vinny with the ball with 5. Michael Jordan for Chicago with 5 fouls. Against some Chicago pressure, John Long gets it back from Benson. Top of the key on Daly. Shot clock at 8. Now it's at 6. From the top, John misfires the Curitan rebound.
Don't need it. Don't need
Back
it.
up. Missed it. Should have taken it back out and run some time. 2:20 left, and Chicago rebounds his miss.
That's exactly what should have happened.
Daly gets it from Jordan. Daly sends it up. No. Lambier tried for the rebound. Bump from behind. Says Wally Rooney. It's on Corzine. That's his 5th.
Good job right there boxing out by Billy Lambier. 2 ill-advised shots. The first one by Earl Curitan and this one by Quentin Daly. Didn't work the shot clock. Did not get a shot in the flow of the offense and creates a foul situation. Lamb going to the line. 1 plus the penalty. The Pistons up 119-116.
Don Massey Cadillac's Ed Pulver represented here. One of his clan colleagues drove down to see the game. So did Rick Baird from Cadillac and Hope College. They're hanging on here as Lambier misses the first free throw. 119, 116, 2:11 left. Pistons could sure enough use this one.
You're right. Fans are getting into the game. It's kind of hard to see Isaiah sitting on that bench over there.
Billy missed another rebound. Sidney Green off to Jordan. 2:05 left. Pistons still lead them by 3. Daly on top on Vinny. Left wing to Woolridge. Backing down on Curitan. Baseline leaner. It falls. He kissed the glass and drew the foul.
Tough one-on-one move by the big O, Orlando Woolridge. All on his own. Did an outstanding job. Cleared out the side. Vinny had to fake at him, but Earl Curitan let him go up. And it's one of those little soft fouls. At any rate, it is a foul, and O is going to the line to complete the three-point play, maybe to tie the score.
158 left. He hit it. 119, 119. Isaiah's back in the game. John Long stays. And up comes Isaiah with Curitan. Lambier and Benson up front. Isaiah has it left wing. Shot clock at 10. Working on Daly. Sends up a triple. Off the heel. No. Rebound to John Long. Takes it to the corner. Bounces to Isaiah. Now we have 20 on the shot clock. 1:34 in the game clock. And a tie score in Chicago.
Pick and roll play coming up.
With Lambier left side. Baseline to Billings. Jumper short. Rebound Corsi. Now Chicago's in control. If you can be in control in a wild one like this. We're all even in the Windy City. 1:10 to play. Woolridge with it. Taking Curitan to the paint. Right-hander blocked. Here come the Pistons. 3-on-2. Isaiah to John Long. Protects the ball with a body. Lays it in. 121 to 119. Chicago wants time.
Isaiah did a nice job both on the defense and the offense.
Timeout, Chicago, with 1:01 left on the Pistons Basketball Network.
Give me
ball. Pistons by 2. They get it to Michael Jordan, who already has 41. Baseline leaner, one ball. Tapped up, though, and in.
Great, great player. Missed a shot, but was right there to go back up so quick and tip it in. Mr. Jordan comes to Chicago. Isaiah with the ball into the forecourt.
121, 121, 38 seconds to play. Pistons shot clock is at 10. Isaiah working the top. Solid screen from Lambier for Isaiah. Leans to the foul line, scoops. He will go to the stripe.
Whoa. I don't blame Kevin Locklear. He's up and down that sideline. I'll tell you what. Kevin's got every right.
Well, Isaiah made a great defensive play for the Pistons to set up John Long's fast break bucket, the Pistons' last score. Jordan countered. Now Isaiah can shoot the Pistons back into the lead. Hits the free throw. 31 seconds to play. Pistons 122, Chicago 121.
And the Pistons will get that ball back again.
Gets the next one. It's 123, 121. The Bulls take their last full timeout. This is the Pistons Basketball Network.
I want to apologize to you because no matter how new or nice you think your television set is, I'm going to make you unhappy with it. This is Nova Beam television. If you can't believe a picture this big can look this bright and sharp, you'd better believe it because this is an actual undoctored picture on Nova Beam television. See it in all its glory at these dealers. You'll never be able to live with tiny TV again.
22nd timeout. The Pistons put Brooks Steppe in the game, take Isaiah out, just in case somebody has to foul Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan spins to the lane, fadeaway left side, pops out, tap Woolridge, no. Rebound comes off to Sidney Green. He's hammered with 18 seconds left. Did Chicago stay after that? Pistons lead them by 2, but Chicago will send somebody in the person of Sidney Green to the stripe.
Jordan, the whole side was cleared out. Brooks Steffi did a nice job defensively as he missed a shot, Jordan that is. Then Sidney Green stayed with it, tipped it once or twice, got control of it, was fouled, going to the line, shooting 2, 18 seconds to go.
Got the first. It was Steffi's foul, his second. 123 for the Pistons, 122 for the Bulls, 18 seconds to play in Chicago.
Good coaching strategies right now.
Second-year man from UNLV. Toes the line. Got the next one. And now Chuck Daly wants timeout. 18 seconds left. The Pistons have things in their favor. Score tied at 123. They get the ball back. No shot clock when we come back on the Pistons Basketball Network. Shot at that 10-game Piston playoff plan. Here's the deal. You see the world's greatest basketball players and guarantee yourself executive box seating for the playoffs. The special 10-game plan lets you see the Bulls, the Celtics, the Bucks, the Rockets, and more. For as little as $99, you can still get great seats for the rest of the season and guarantee yourself prime box seats for the playoffs before they go up for public sale. 338-4500 is the telephone number. Salespeople are on duty to take your calls. Score tied here at 123. 18 seconds left. Chuck Daly's just plotted some strategy, Dave Bing.
I want to take the opportunity real quick to say hello to my mother who's visited with me, first of all, George, and we'll get back to the game. I think what the Pistons got to do right now, offensively, you've got to have the ball in Isaiah's hands, and I think you're going to see a 2-on-2 play. He and probably Lambeer, they're going to run a spread court offense. Isaiah's probably going to take Quentin Daly one-on-one, and I think if he can't take it, then John Long is going to have to look at it. Here it comes.
5 seconds to play. Now 4, now 3. Isaiah penetrates, drops the ball, going to the hole. We're going to overtime.
Too long. Took too long to get into the play.
123. That's the score after regulation. Overtime coming up for the 4th time in the Pistons' last 5 games.
Unreal.
This is the Pistons Basketball Network. Earl gets a chance to tap it twice. It went back to him. Taps it to John Long. Now to Isaiah. Quentin Daly, Michael Jordan, Woolridge, Sidney Green, along with Oldham for Chicago. 123 as we start OT. Shot clock at 10. Isaiah right wing. Leans to the hole. Scoops, dishes to Curitan, dunks. What? They wipe it out.
Wally Rooney right on the play. I think he said he stepped out of bounds.
It's a turnover, not a foul. Chuck Daly's got to breathe a little bit easier about that. But you can't lose many hoops in overtime and not lose the game. Woolridge falls back, baseline left, misses. Follow up by Jordan, foul by Benson. Had the rebound, almost snatched it from Jordan from behind, which is a tough thing to do. But then Michael got it back and got banged.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Michael Jordan got on the inside. He was not boxed out. He snuck on the inside. He got right between our 2 big guys. Got the ball, took it back up, was fouled, but he misses the first of the 2 shots.
85% free throw shooter, 85 and change. Second one finally falls. 124, 123.
He's already had 5 games of 40 plus, which is a record for the Bulls, I believe.
This would be 6 tonight then, huh? He's got 44. Isaiah to Kent Benson in the paint, hook up and in, and he's fouled.
Orlando grabs his head. He thought, you know, the foul is bad enough. Now he makes his insult to injury.
Pistons 125, Bulls 124. And Kent Benson, who can shoot him from the stripe, almost a 79% shooter from there, will try one, and he makes one. Pistons 126, Chicago 124. Isaiah's out, Vinny's on for the Pistons. Corzine is in up front with Woolridge and Green for Chicago. Sidney Green, left wing. Left corner, Jordan. Back to Green, long cut. Got it, that's a shot you wanted to take, but he made it.
Sidney Green. remember recruiting him years ago for Syracuse University.
126, 126. Lambier from the top of the key. Misfires, but Benson has had a strong game rebound. Kent to John Long, and the Pistons get 24 more with 3:40 to play in OT. Score tied at 126.
Looks like it's going to be a pick and roll two-man basketball, maybe.
Earl Cureton over with Vinny. He'll cross court to John Long, alone for the set. Missed it. Rebound Green, ahead to Jordan. By Vinny. Vinny stops him, but doesn't stop the shot. Look out.
I don't agree with the call right there. I don't agree with the call.
They don't count the basket.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that should have been a continuation move. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Well, they're a little upset in Chicago, and now Paul Mihalik goes to the scorer's table and gives Chicago the hoop. And Chuck Daly is going to lose it about that.
It is the right call. It is the right call. What Vinny needed to do, once he committed the foul, he knew it was his sixth foul already. He needed to hold on to Jordan so he couldn't get the shot off. As it is, it's 2 points and an attempt for a three-point play for Michael Jordan.
He already has a career-high 46, make it 47. Chicago by 3. 3:22 to play in OT in Chicago. 129, 126 Bulls. Then he fouls out on enter Isaiah. Benson has it behind the triple line right side. Hands there to Isaiah. Screen from Lambier. Wanted to go back to Billy. Mismatch with Daly, but Daly's grabbing him. So he'll go on top to Earl. Back to Isaiah on the wing. Shot clock's at 1. It's going to go off in the corner on Isaiah.
Chicago played outstanding defense. Dave Corzine in particular. On that switch, he didn't give Isaiah anything. He didn't back up so Isaiah could get the easy shot. Isaiah tried to take advantage of the mismatch. Offensive foul right there.
Quentin Daly made a dumb move, spun to the hole, bumped Isaiah off with the elbow and the hip, and the Pistons get the ball. And a little bit of new life, 2:48 left. Pistons ball, they trail by 3. We're in OT in Chicago.
Yeah, they don't need a three-pointer. They've just got to play good offensive basketball. Make sure they get a good attempt.
Agree with you. Bounce pass to John Long. Gets 3. Sends it up left of the lane. Missed it. Shots won't fall. Suddenly, Woolridge rebounds. Well, I'll get beat by that shot not going all the time because that shot usually does go.
Shot it a little flat right there.
Traveling called on Chicago. Michael Jordan didn't get the pro call. Shuffled his feet before he started on the left side. Pistons get another break. Isaiah nearly has it stolen by Daly. He's top of the key with a clock at 16. He's in the paint. He scoops, dishes. Earl's got it. Missed the close one. Rebound to Benson.
Offensive foul on Benson, I think.
Loose ball call on Kent.
Yep. Had the opportunities, just didn't cash in.
Well, Chicago's handed him 2 trips. Looked like Woolridge got Kent from behind, but did Kent get him first? I guess that's the question. Minute and 55 left. Bulls by 3. Bulls ball. Michael Jordan passes up the jumper for Daly on the wing. He travels. 3 straight Chicago turnovers. And the Pistons want time out. A minute and 50 left. They trail by 3 in the Windy City. This is the Pistons Basketball Network. Tonight, the first 3,000 dads get free travel kits, compliments of Schick. Philly comes in Saturday, Milwaukee on the 20th, Jersey the 23rd, these Bulls on the 27th. You can call during our broadcast. Excellent seats still available for all games in all price ranges.
Both teams have made a lot of mistakes in the last 3 or 4 minutes, George.
3 Chicago turnovers giving the Pistons some life. 1:40 to play in OT. Pistons down 3. Shot clock at 11. Benson right wing. Bounce on the baseline for Isaiah. Corzine trying to check him. Wants to dish it deep. Knocked away. And the Pistons keep it. 6 on the shot clock.
Really not running their offensive patterns well now. They're taking too much time to get into the offensive pattern.
Earl Curitan to trigger. In the corner to Isaiah.
Yep.
An offensive foul called on Kent Benson.
Saw it coming. Chicago's got to be smart. They've got to get a good attempt. They need to run the shot clock down.
Quentin Daly with it to Jordan. Their shot clock's at 13, game clock at 1:21 in overtime. An offensive foul on the Bulls. I can't believe this. Corzine gets one. That's 4 Chicago turnovers in overtime.
Nobody wants to win this game, evidently, huh?
I guess not. Oh, they both won it too badly.
You know, there have been a lot of unbelievable, great individual plays in this game. But I'll tell you, I haven't seen as many dumb plays in the last 3 or 4 minutes that I've seen in one particular game in some time, George.
Corzine has just fouled out Juwan Oldham. Maybe a little better defensively comes on. Minute and 14 to play in overtime. Chicago by 3. Curitan top of the key. Left wing Lambier. Puts it on the floor. Wants to shoot from the top. Knocked away by Daly. Quentin on a steal. Quentin to the hole. Quentin hits the hoop.
Do it.
131, 126 Chicago, a minute to play.
Got to go for the three-pointer.
Isaiah will throw up the triple from the top. Missed it. Rebound Michael Jordan. Chicago's in the catbird seat now with 50 to play in overtime. They've got the ball. They're up 5. Michael Jordan, who scored a career-high 47, gives it up to Daly. Isaiah dogging him between the rings. Almost tackles him as he heads for the hole. Foul called. Isaiah's fouled out. And Orlando Woolridge is trying to get the fans to even whoop it up some more. These Bulls will be in the Silverdome on the 27th. I would imagine we could have another war like this one. Overtime in Chicago.
Not a whole lot we can say right now, Joe.
Oh, there isn't. Isaiah and Vinny have fouled out for the Pistons. And Michael Jordan, star, shined as bright as it ever has as a pro in here tonight.
Came to play, and he performed.
Got it done. Quentin Daly shoots 2 down from the stripe. Chuck Daly will take time. 40 seconds to play in overtime. Teams that performed at the All-Star game. The Fargo-Moorhead, North Dakota Acro team will perform. Compliments of the Ramada Inn in Southfield. Our next radio TV simulcast, by the way, Friday from New Jersey against Sugar Ray Richardson and the Nets. Pistons in deep water, 40 seconds to play in overtime. Down 133 to 126. Lambier's triple from the top bangs off the glass. No, Michael Jordan is fouled in backcourt. He's creeping up on 50, folks. He has 47. Kent Benson got him. He fouls out.
Well, it's all academic right now. It really doesn't matter. Got to give the Bulls credit. Pistons came back and threw everything at them but the kitchen sink, including Vinny.
Yeah.
And it really didn't matter. The Bulls have come back, so, you know, you take your hat off to them. Give them credit.
48 on the night for Michael Jordan.
And he deserves a lot of the credit.
134, 126, Chicago in overtime. 32 to play at Chicago Stadium. Now he's got 49 as he hits the next free throw.
Just not about the points, but just because he's a threat, George, he creates so much for his other teammates.
Plays very, very hard. The Pistons, Bill Lambier sets a brick pick on him. Blind side, and that will give Chicago the ball back. And Jordan a chance to go for 50. I don't know if they know where he is, but they look for him every time anyway. Sidney Green with a bounce to Daly. 19, 18, 17 seconds left. Daly bumped by Steppe, foul called by Paul Mahalik. It is academic. Kevin Lockery and his staff, including Freddie Carter, are going to win this one.
And they're going to take Jordan out, I believe, so he can get that standing ovation.
Let's take 10 for an ID as they give Michael Jordan for his 49 a standing O in Chicago. A well-deserved one. This is the Pistons Basketball Network.
This is WKBD TV 50, Detroit.
Quentin Daly hit them both. Brooks Steppe tries a triple for the Pistons. Missed it. 6 seconds left. 4 seconds. Now 3. Chicago by 11 in OT. Sidney Green, top of the key. Hits the hoop. It counts. And Chicago wins an emotion-charged overtimer by 13 over the Pistons in the Windy City.
Detroit Pistons.